GHK copper actually works. I've seen the results firsthand, both on myself and hundreds of patients. Your skin may get firmer, collagen signals wake up, inflammation begins to drop, and recovery speeds up. This isn't hype, this is what the peptide actually does. And here's the part that made me pay attention. You made plenty of GHK copper when you were in your 20s, but by the time you hit 50, 60, you've got about a third left in your body. And that gap is the opportunity. And this isn't just a beauty peptide. You need to understand that that's actually underselling it. GHK copper modulates thousands of genes related to tissue repair and inflammation. Remember, modulation means both it can increase and decrease an effect at some level, and modulation infers that it means it's going to be the ideal outcome, improving it or turning it on or turning it off, if you will. It's telling your body to rebuild, to protect, to recover. Your skin, your hair, your muscles, all of it gets the same signal. This is why we prescribe it to patients on GLP-1 medications to help protect against facial volume loss, hair thinning, and muscle breakdown during rapid weight loss phases. It's one of the most versatile peptides that we prescribe. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what GHK copper does in your body, where it genuinely delivers, and where you need to calibrate your expectations, and the implementation mistakes that trip people up. I'm Dr. Jones, DC, and I coach thousands of patients on peptide optimization, and I use these compounds myself. And now I work with our medical practitioners, helping people get real results with peptides done correctly. So here's the deal. I've seen people absolutely love GHK copper, the skin transformations, faster recovery, patients who feel that they turned back the clock, and I've seen people waste money on it because they got the execution wrong. This is a big deal to me, and this is why I spend most of my time when it comes to making peptide content, and GLP-1 for that matter, talking about the things that really matter. Yes, I'm gonna hype you up about the excitement and the compound itself and what we're seeing, but at the end of the day, the execution, the lifestyle, everything that comes along with it, that will, and I say this confidently, in most cases, make or break your results. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the honest broker breakdown, not the promotional pitch, because if you're going to put something in your body, you deserve to know what you're actually signing up for and how to make it work. Okay, so what is GHK copper actually doing inside your body? So let's break this down on the 4 biological levers that it actually pulls on. Okay, lever number 1, it turns down inflammation. Think of it like dimming a light. In the preclinical models, GHK copper dials down inflammatory signals like tumor necrosis factor, TNF, and interleukin 6. These are the signals that keep your body in a constant state of low-grade stress. When they're running too high, everything suffers. Your skin, your joints, your recovery. GHK copper tells those signals to quiet down. Layer number 2, it boosts your body's own antioxidant factory. You see, your body makes its own antioxidants. Antioxidants are, think of them as molecules that are protective. You got these things called free radicals that cause damage, and antioxidants just
chill out, homie.
And that's what they do. These are your internal cleanup crew, right? The GHK copper can upregulate their production, meaning help you make more. So you're not just adding antioxidants from the outside, you're supporting your body's own manufacturing. Okay, lever number 3, it wakes up stem cells that went dormant. As you age, certain repair cells basically go to sleep, and they're still there. They're just not active. GHK copper appears to flip the switch back on. It increases markers like P63. These are associated with these cells becoming active again. This is part of why recovery speeds up. You're reactivating repair systems that slow down with age. And then number 4, it signals collagen and elastin production. This is the one that most people talk about. GHK copper tells your skin to start rebuilding its structural proteins, especially collagen types 1 and 3, plus elastin. This is why skin gets firmer, why texture improves, why people notice a visible difference. Now here's the key insight. These 4 levers don't work in isolation. They compound. Lower inflammation means better recovery environment, better antioxidant production means less oxidative damage, which is the damage that these free radicals do that I was talking about earlier, and then activated stem cells plus collagen signaling means that your body is actually rebuilding, not just protecting. This is why GHK copper isn't just a skin peptide, it's a tissue protection signal. GHK copper is naturally present in wound fluid and plasma. Supplementing it amplifies what your body already knows how to do. So that's the mechanism. But what you want to know is, does it actually translate to real results that you can see and feel? So let me show you where GHK copper genuinely shines. First up, skin firmness and texture. This is the most reliable outcome that I see. Patients consistently report firmer, smoother skin when they're using quality GHK copper at the right dose. Now, we're not talking about subtle changes that you have to squint to notice. We're talking about visible improvements in skin quality, the kind where other people start asking, what are you doing differently? Despite the fact that we don't have trials yet to demonstrate these sort of outcomes, this is what we're seeing clinically. Changes typically show up anywhere around 4 to 8, maybe 12 weeks. Deeper structural changes I'm talking the collagen remodeling, the elastin rebuilding. That's more like 3 to 6 months. So if you're 2 weeks in and wondering why you don't look 10 years younger, look, it ain't gonna make you look 10 years younger, even if you do run it for the full 6 months. Maybe if you do it with a nice skincare routine, I'm talking some tretinoin, some vitamin C in the morning, and of course sunblock to protect the damage of the sun. Now we're talking about an actual science-backed skincare routine. Now the mechanism is working, but biology doesn't rush. Okay, second, GLP-1 users deal with loose skin, and anyone who has lost weight for that matter. This is a big one. If you're on semaglutide or tirzepatide and you're losing weight rapidly, your skin doesn't always keep up. Facial volume loss, loose skin around the arms and the midsection, that deflated look that some people get, our doctors are prescribing GHK copper specifically to patients in this situation. You see, there's a window of opportunity during rapid weight loss where you can support your skin's ability to adapt. GHK copper helps to protect against that breakdown. I've actually done an entire video just on this topic. If you guys want to go deeper, there it is right there. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Now, if that window of opportunity concept just clicked for you, if you're realizing that there's a smarter way to approach this, then you need to hit that subscribe button right now, because we put out 2 peptide videos every single week breaking down exactly how to use these tools correctly, how to get that whole lifestyle thing down so that you maximize your results that we talked about earlier. Be sure to turn on that bell. Okay, so third, recovery support. GHK copper is naturally present in wound fluid and plasma. It's part of your built-in repair system. So supplementing it gives that system a boost. Patients notice faster recovery from workout, less lingering soreness, better bounce back after minor injuries. Now, this is not the same as the Wolverine stack. I want to be clear. If you're dealing with some serious, musculoskeletal injuries, a torn tendon, a labrum issue, something that's been nagging you for months, GHK copper alone is not the answer. The big guns for those kind of issues, we're talking BPC 157, TB 500, aka the Wolverine. Different tools for different jobs. But for general recovery support and tissue maintenance, this is where GHK copper is excellent. Now, if you're watching this and thinking about your own skin, your own recovery, maybe you're on a GLP-1, noticing changes you don't love, this is why we offer free discovery calls where our patient educators can assess your specific situation and help you understand whether a supervised peptide protocol makes sense for you. You guys can text the number on the screen or check out the link in the description if you want to explore that. But first, let me show you where you need to calibrate your expectations, because GHK copper isn't a miracle for everything. Now, I chose to include this next section because I don't like to make my peptides purely promotional. Yes, I have a clinic. Yes, I have doctors. Yes, we prescribe and service across the nation. But I like to give you guys the full story so that you guys can make the best decision for yourself, which includes the bad. So let me tell you where you need to calibrate your expectations with GHK copper. Hair. And my baldness has nothing to do with GHK copper. Unfortunately, it didn't work for me, but full disclosure, I was already bald before I ever tried GHK copper. So nonetheless, though, I would not think that with any amount of baldness that GHK copper is going to come save the day. It's not the first line strongest for hair growth. It can be part of a hair growth program. Now, I know some of you clicked on this hoping that I tell you GHK copper will regrow your hair. And I've seen it work wonders for some patients. Thicker hair, better texture, real improvements. It absolutely can deliver. But more often than not, it's one piece of a larger puzzle. Nutrition, inflammation, hormones, supporting blood flow to the hair follicles. GHK copper can support the process, but it's not going to single-handedly reverse what you're dealing with. Go in knowing that and you won't be disappointed. Okay, next up, don't confuse GHK copper with the Wolverine stack. I mentioned this earlier, but it's worth repeating. GHK copper is a tune-up, but if you need an overhaul, torn ligaments, chronic tendon issues, an injury that's been limiting you for months, that's where BPC and TB 500 are going to shine. GHK copper supports tissue maintenance and general recovery, but it's not a heavy-duty repair compound. Different tools, different jobs. And finally, think of GHK copper as an optimization, not a transformation. It's not going to make you look 10 to 20 years younger overnight, and it's not going to undo decades of sun damage in a month. It's a compound that supports your body's natural repair and maintenance systems. And when you go in expecting gradual, continual, slow improvement, consistent support, and real changes over the long haul, that's when you're setting yourself up to actually appreciate what GHK copper delivers. Okay, now you might be thinking, if the results can be this variable, if it's not a miracle compound, then why would I bother? Fair question. And the answer is that when you get the execution right, GHK copper delivers consistent results in its lane. But the problem is that most people don't get the execution right. They mess up the sourcing, they mess up the dosing, they ignore the foundation, and that's what we need to talk about next, the real risks. Okay, now before we get into the implementation stuff, let's address the question that I know some of you are asking right now. Is GHK copper itself dangerous? Could the molecule actually hurt me? Okay, so let's clear up the air. First up, copper toxicity. At the doses people actually use, what they're supposed to use, the copper content appears to be well below toxicity thresholds. The safety margin looks substantial, and this is not a copper overload situation, of course, unless you accidentally inject yourself super high or your sourcing, the amounts are way off. Okay, second, the cancer question. Some of you have had concerns about peptides and tumor growth, and here's what you need to understand. GHK copper is not a growth hormone peptide. The cancer and IGF concerns that apply to peptides like samorelin, tesamorelin, CJC-IPA, they don't apply here. Completely different mechanism. And third, the FDA flag. The FDA put GHK copper in category 2, citing limited human data and immunogenicity risk. Sounds scary, but read the fine print. That immunogenicity concern is about aggregation and impurities in poorly made product. It's a quality control issue, not a GHK copper issue. So here's the bottom line. At therapeutic doses from quality sources, the molecule itself is not the risk. So if the molecule isn't the danger, then what is? That's where implementation comes in. And this is where most people get burned. So let me ask you this. If someone asked you right now why the FDA flagged GHK copper, could you explain that it's about product quality and not the peptide itself? And if that just clicked for you, you're already ahead of what most people researching this compound and where they're at. Okay, so here's where most people actually get burned with GHK copper. Not the molecule, but the execution. Okay, so the gotcha number one, gray market roulette. You buy from a research chemical site, you have no idea what you're actually injecting. Unknown purities, potential contamination, maybe it's underdosed, maybe it's overdosed, probably less likely, maybe it's something else entirely. You're gambling every time you draw from that vial. This is why we only work with 503A compounding pharmacies, because there's real oversight, there's real certificate of analysis, there's real product. The guesswork disappears. If you are getting your own supply, I never want to bash people taking their health into their own hands because the system, quite frankly, isn't that good. Send it off to go get tested. Otherwise, you're playing a guessing game and actually gambling. Okay, gotcha number two, the dosing chaos. Go read Reddit threads on GHK copper dosing. You'll find 10 different protocols from 10 different people, and none of them agree. Morning or night, daily or every other day, with other peptides or alone. It's a choose your own adventure with very little structure. So we have standardized protocols based on what we're actually seeing working with patients. The trial and error phase that gets skipped. If you're currently running GHK copper protocols, let me know in the comments what your dose is, your frequency, and what you're pairing it with, and I'll hop in and share with you what we'd adjust based on what we're seeing work in our clinic. Okay, number three, copper doesn't play nice with other peptides. Copper is a jealous partner in the relationship. It's an easy way to think about it. Those combination blends that you see, GHK copper mixed with the wrong peptides in the same vial, potential stability problems. Now, the blends can be done properly. If they're compounded effectively and the pH is taken into consideration, you're gonna get some minor degradation. So technically the correct approach, if you want maximal results, is injecting them separately. The reality, I wanted to talk about this, is the fact that when it comes to multiple injections, you got to think of the reality of doing that. And for a lot of people, they're not. Minor degradation and minor results decreasing for the benefit of having one multi-blend. This is where people have to understand, I'm a pro blend fan. We offer them, but we have those discussions with patients, and sometimes we recommend separating them for individual outcomes that we need to be as strong as we possibly can. Now, if you want me to break down exactly how we stack GHK copper with the other peptides, what combinations work, what to avoid, the timing, all that kind of stuff, let me know in the comments if that would be helpful to you. Okay, number four, ignoring the metabolic foundation. This is a big one. Peptides are amplifiers. Think of them like a megaphone. If your signal is good, they amplify good. But if your foundation is broken, chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, suboptimal sleep, you're just making that noise louder. You see, GHK copper works best when the underlying issues are addressed. This is why we don't just hand someone a vial and say, good luck. We do say good luck, but you know what I mean. We look at the whole picture. And if you're sitting here thinking, I've been doing this on my own for months, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to show you why some people swear by this peptide and why others feel like they're wasting their money. The difference is execution. So before I tell you what to do with this, be honest with yourself for a second. Which of these gotchas sound like your situation? Are you rolling the dice on sourcing, guessing on dosing, stacking without a plan, running peptides on a broken foundation? If you recognize yourself in any of those, that's the starting point. Okay, so here's the bottom line. GHK copper works. The molecule is safe. The data on not just this peptide, but all of them are still catching up. So clinical observation tells us that it's working. The benefits are real. Skin, recovery, tissue protection. The problem is never the peptide. The problem is sourcing it wrong, dosing it wrong, stacking it wrong, or running it on a broken foundation. Now real quick, comment where you're currently sourcing your peptides. No judgment here, as I shared with you earlier, just be safe, and I'll respond with what I'd consider if I were in your shoes. Your experience also helps other people who are watching the same video too as well. Okay, now look, if you're serious about doing this correctly, let me tell you how we can help. This is why we offer free discovery calls where you get a chance to speak with one of our patient educators. They're gonna get to know your history, what you've tried, what's worked, and what hasn't. Then they're gonna learn about your goals, whether that's skin quality, recovery, anti-aging, all of the above. You'll get a feel for what it's like to work with me, our coaches, and our medical team, and we'll walk you through our programs and pricing so that you can actually picture what long-term success looks like with pharmacy-grade sourcing, standardized protocols, and real oversight. You can text the number on the screen, or you can check out the link in the description if you want to book that free discovery call. GHK Copper works when you get the pieces right, and that's what we do here. And if you are on GLP-1 meds and looking to learn more about the particular combination between GHK Copper and your GLP-1 medications, like Ozempic face and all those sort of horrible things that you hear, which really aren't true, but people are scared because they don't know how to do it correctly, all that kind of stuff. Check out that video right there because I break it all down there so that your experience can be the best. We'll see you guys later.